Yeah, Ari, another story over at your site is about Gen Z supporting measures that restrict freedom. So they seem to love government surveillance. So 3 and 10 Generation Zers support government surveillance cameras in households in an effort to reduce crime. And a majority of U.S. teens say people feeling welcome and safe online is more important than being able to speak freely. So that's a sacrifice that they're willing to make, I guess. Ari, that's pretty wild. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, first of all, it's a crazy, crazy number. I think a lot of it has to do with the past 20 years in America. When the older generations were growing up, the biggest talking points were look what's going on in Soviet Russia, look at communism, look at how it's a police state and everything is being monitored. And that made Americans respect freedom a lot, and it gave them the appreciation for it. And over the past 20 years, I mean, it's been completely different. After 9/11, America has had its own police state, and now there's different disasters that are constantly being talked about in the news and different emergencies. For example, climate change. They're trying to make the newer generations believe that the only solution is government control. And I think these polls reflect that. A lot of these new younger generations are willing to give up that freedom as long as it means that they can put an end to the current emergency that's being talked about.
How do they look at Ari? How do they look at what's happening around the world and all the people literally dying to come here, and decide that we should have a police state like North Korea or China?
Yeah, well, I think the media, the mainstream media specifically, is doing such a good job of scaring the current populace in America that they're not even really thinking about that, right? So when they talk about all of these emergencies that are going on, and the mainstream media really does a good job of scaring them, they're willing to just look the other way. And so, for example, in the specific poll, it said that people were willing to have these security cameras put into their own homes, right? They're not thinking about China and how terrible China is. They're thinking about what needs to be solved and how can the government solve it.